Hello guys, it's me Karthik. Hope you guys are doing really good. So here we are at one application, and if you see here, there is a get mapping here, and we have post and delete mapping. Okay, so what we are doing is we are performing a something like a cut operation on the student entity here. Here we have student ID, name, address, and the hobbies. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to update a already existing student information with the help of put mapping, and if the student is not available, then we are going to create a new entry, right? So that is what a put is doing, and you can do multiple things. The put, you can update a existing record, and if that existing, that is a one way. If that existing record is not available, then you can create a new record. That's another way. And if a existing record is not available, you can throw an error message as well. That's again another different way. It's up to your business requirements. In this tutorial, what we are going to do is the basic one, where I'm going to identify the student based on the student ID, and I will update the records. If not existing, then I will insert a new record. Okay, so simply use put mapping here, and the value is something like meaningful. Update student info. Okay, and here, how can I identify student uniquely? If I go to the entity here, a student can have, multiple students can have a same name, same address, and same hobbies. So only way to identify uniquely is by ID. That's why I'm passing ID here. And let's keep as of now, while later we will try to update. Okay, update student info is a method I have created, and with path variable as something like id. I have it. This is of long type, so I can take long id here. Okay, that's a one thing. And if a student is identified, we need to update the student information, right? So for that purpose, I need to pass on the data, right? So that data will come as a request body. And what information you need to pass? So I'll take student only directly as a input here. This is having name, address, and hobby. So I will update with what we are sending from the API, right? So this is right now, and I need to take that repository is already available here, so I'll simply use that student repo. Okay, dot here find by id I will apply, and I will take the one which I am getting. Okay, and here I am going to create a new variable called optional student, because with that id, the entity, that record can be available or not. Okay, so if it is available, I can simply use that id dot is present, sorry, by id, right? By id dot is present. If it is present, then I can use that. If it is not present, then what I need to do, I need to create a new variable, right? So let's say like it is present, so student, something like existing student is equal to by id dot get, so that I will get that. If it is not present, then I need to create a new variable, new student, right? So new student is equal to new student. Okay, now I have both of them. Simply, in both the scenarios, I need to set the data which I am getting from my request body, right? So in both the cases, I need to set, right? So instead of that, let me create one reusable private method, something like student get student as student s. Student, one second, we'll do uh, something like s, and student from new, let's say like S1. Okay, so here S is nothing but this reference or this reference, and S1 is nothing but one we are getting from our API. Okay, in that sense I can simply use set name is equal to S1 dot get name S dot set address is nothing but S1 dot get address, then S dot set hobby is nothing but S1 dot get hobby. Okay, now I can simply return this is. Okay, now I can reuse this in both the places, right? Simply call something like yeah, student, something like existing student is equal to get student of existing student, and the student, there were so many students are there, don't get confused here, and also here as well I can simply reuse this method so that I am reducing the duplicate code. Yeah, now once we have this object, what you can do one more thing directly. You can use repo.save here, or else simply instead of this returning, what I can do is I am setting here, and I'll do one thing, something called student, something like new student is equal to student data is equal to new student. No, nah, this is not good. I'm returning here, I'm simply updating here student repo dot save of existing student, and this one is nothing but student repo dot save of new student. I'm thinking whether I can pass the same thing here. I think I can pass it here, right? Instead of duplicating this piece of code as well. Why I need to duplicate it? I can simply send this guy, right? Okay, and what is student is returning? It is returning S. So let me introduce a local variable here, and whatever that is saved, let me pass it here. Yeah, I think we are good to go. Instead of this student of new student and student object. Yeah, I think we are good to go here. This as well you can simply yeah, I think don't try to make it too complicated. Yeah, I think this should be sufficient. Now what you can do is, yeah, I think this should be sufficient here. Okay, yes, so now simply run the application. So what we are doing here, we are simply getting a ID, and from that ID we are uniquely identifying if it is available. Well and good, using the existing student information I am trying to update. If it is not available, I am creating a new student, right? So let it run. I think it started running. So first, before to that, let's get the list of students. Okay, these are the list of students I have. Let me try to update for the first record. Okay, so first record I have mark update info. Okay, this is update student info, right? Student for the first record, which name is power. address is Hyderabad, right? I'm making it as Warangal. I'm trying to hit. Now you could see 200 we got it, right? Now if I try to pull all the records, now you could see the address got changed. That is good. Now let's create something like 10 here, and let's pass it on like um, a new entry. Now click on send. New entry should be created here with a name called Suresh. Now you could see a new entry got created, right? So this is how you can do a put operation here.